Welcome to AI Horizons, the podcast where we explore the limitless possibilities of artificial intelligence. Each episode takes you on a deep dive into cutting-edge developments, groundbreaking technologies, and the fascinating perspectives shaping the future of AI. Whether you're an enthusiast, a professional, or simply curious about the impact of AI on our world, join us as we uncover the innovations driving this ever-evolving field. Get ready to expand your horizons.
All right, buckle up everyone, because today we're diving headfirst into the world of smart cities. But we're not just going to chat about the concept. Oh no, we're going deeper.
Deeper.
Much deeper. We're talking the nuts and bolts, the algorithms and data streams that make these futuristic cities tick.
So AI, machine learning, the whole 9 yards.
Exactly. Think self-adjusting traffic lights that laugh in the face of rush hour, buildings that practically manage their own energy, a city that's basically a giant, eco-friendly supercomputer.
Well, I wouldn't say supercomputer exactly, but the idea is to use these technologies to address the very real challenges cities are facing today.
Right, because let's face it, our cities are bursting at the seams. And the old ways of doing things, managing traffic, keeping the lights on, even dealing with the garbage,
They're struggling to keep up.
yeah, struggling is putting it mildly.
But that's where AI, machine learning, and their siblings come in. It's like giving city planners a whole new arsenal of tools to tackle these problems.
Tools that can analyze mountains of data, spot patterns we mere mortals would miss, and make decisions on the fly.
Precisely. And not just react, but predict. Imagine a city that anticipates problems before they even happen.
Okay, now that's getting into sci-fi territory. But
Yeah.
before we go full Minority Report, let's break it down. We've got AI, we've got ML, we've got DL.
A lot of acronyms.
Help us out here. What are the key differences?
Sure. Think of it like this. Artificial intelligence, that's the big umbrella. Machines doing things that typically require, human intelligence.
Gotcha.
Then you've got machine learning. That's a subset of AI where algorithms can actually learn from data, improve over time.
So they're like little AI students getting smarter as they go.
Exactly. And then there's deep learning. That's the real powerhouse. Using these complex neural networks to crunch massive amounts of data, tackle the really tough problems.
So deep learning is like the AI that went to grad school.
In a way, yes. It can analyze satellite images to spot tiny cracks in a bridge before they become a major issue, or predict hyperlocal weather patterns to optimize energy use in individual buildings.
Okay, I'm starting to see the potential here. But give me a real-world example, something I might actually experience in a city.
All right, imagine you're driving in a city with an AI-powered traffic management system.
Go on.
This system is constantly analyzing data from traffic cameras, GPS signals, even social media posts about accidents or road closures.
So it's like it has eyes and ears everywhere.
Exactly. And it uses this information to dynamically adjust traffic light timing.
To minimize congestion.
Yes. And get you where you need to go faster and with less environmental impact.
No more sitting at a red light wondering if it'll ever turn green. I like the sound of that. But what about something like the energy grid? How does AI make that smarter?
Well, imagine a grid that can actually learn from past consumption patterns and weather data.
To predict future energy demands.
Precisely. This allows the grid to seamlessly integrate renewable energy sources like solar and wind power.
So even when the sun's not shining or the wind's not blowing, we still got power.
Right. It's about making the grid more resilient and sustainable.
That's pretty amazing. But I'm also thinking about those images we see of mountains of garbage piling up in cities. Can AI tackle something as messy as waste management?
Absolutely. In fact, it's already happening. Smart bins equipped with sensors can monitor fill levels and automatically alert sanitation crews when they need to be emptied.
So no more overflowing bins and no more wasted trips for garbage trucks.
Exactly. It's about optimizing routes and minimizing fuel consumption.
I'm sensing a theme here. Efficiency, sustainability, making the city work smarter, not harder.
You got it. And this is just scratching the surface. As these AI technologies evolve, we can expect even more innovative applications to emerge.
Like what? Give me a teaser.
Think personalized city services tailored to your needs, hyper-efficient public transportation systems. The possibilities are really endless.
Personalized city services. That sounds intriguing.
Right. Imagine a city that knows your preferences, your schedule, even your typical commute route. It could provide real-time updates, suggest the best transportation options, even recommend events happening nearby that align with your interests.
That's like having a personal assistant for city life. Sign me up.
But of course, with any powerful technology, we need to consider the implications.
Like privacy concerns.
Exactly. If the city knows that much about you, how do we ensure that data is being used responsibly and ethically?
That's a big question. I mean, it all sounds amazing, but I can also see how people might get a little creeped out by the idea of the city knowing that much about their lives.
It's a valid concern. As cities embrace AI, they need to prioritize data security and transparency. Citizens need to understand how their data is being used and have control over their personal information.
So it's about striking that balance, right? Personalization without sacrificing privacy.
Exactly. We can have a city that's both smart and respectful of our individual rights.
Okay, good to know. But are there any other challenges we need to consider when it comes to implementing all this incredible technology? It can't be all sunshine and roses, right?
Of course not. Cities are incredibly complex systems with diverse populations and constantly changing conditions. Integrating AI into that environment requires careful planning and collaboration.
It's like trying to conduct an orchestra with millions of instruments, all playing different tunes.
A very apt analogy. It's a continuous dance of learning, refining, and adapting.
And let's be real, all this technology probably comes with a hefty price tag, right?
The initial investment can be significant, yes, but these technologies also have the potential to generate long-term savings.
Explain.
Think about the efficiencies we've discussed: reducing energy consumption, optimizing traffic flow, predicting infrastructure failures.
All that saves money in the long run.
Exactly. And it can create new industries and job opportunities in the field of smart city technology. It's an investment in a more sustainable and cost-effective future.
So, it's like they say, you got to spend money to make money. But let's end this part of our deep dive on a high note. What are some of the most exciting opportunities you see for AI in shaping the future of our cities?
Oh, the possibilities are vast. But I'm particularly excited about the potential for AI to create more equitable and inclusive urban environments.
Equitable and inclusive. Tell me more.
Well, we talked about personalized city services, but imagine ensuring those services are accessible to everyone, regardless of their income, their background, their abilities.
That's using technology to level the playing field.
Precisely. And AI can play a significant role in addressing climate change, making cities more sustainable.
Now we're talking. How can AI help us make our cities greener?
Think about using AI to monitor environmental conditions in real time, optimize resource use, even develop innovative solutions for reducing carbon emissions.
So it's not just about making cities smarter, it's about making them better for the planet and for everyone who lives in them.
Absolutely. It's about finding that balance between technological advancement and human well-being.
This has been an incredible conversation so far, and I feel like we've only just scratched the surface.
We have. There's so much more to explore.
Real-world examples, emerging technologies, the future of smart cities.
All of that and more.
I can't wait. And I'm sure our listeners are feeling the same. Stay tuned for part 2 of our deep dive. We'll be back with a closer look at those real-world implementations and a glimpse into what the future holds.
It's amazing to think that just a few years ago, a lot of these smart city applications were just ideas, theories, really. But now we're seeing them put into practice in cities all over the world. It's changing how cities function. It's pretty remarkable.
So let's take a virtual trip around the globe then, shall we? See some of these AI implementations in action. Where shall we start?
How about we head over to Asia first?
Asia, okay.
Singapore is often seen as a pioneer in the smart city movement.
Yeah, I've heard that.
They've really embraced AI in some very innovative ways.
All right, Singapore it is. What's going on in the Lion City?
One of their most impressive projects is their traffic management system. It's incredibly sophisticated. They've actually created a digital twin of the entire city. They call it, get this, Virtual Singapore.
Virtual Singapore.
I know. It sounds futuristic, but this virtual model simulates traffic flow in real time.
So they can see what's happening on the roads at any given moment.
Exactly. It allows planners to optimize traffic light timing and even predict where congestion might build up.
So it's like they have a crystal ball for traffic, seeing into the future.
That's a good way to put it. And it's not just about easing congestion either. By optimizing traffic flow, they're also reducing emissions from all those cars just sitting there, idling. Contributes to a cleaner, healthier environment.
Smart and sustainable. I like it. What other smart city initiatives are they working on in Singapore?
Well, they're also using AI to make the city safer.
How so?
They have a whole network of smart cameras that can detect unusual activities, like someone loitering in an area they shouldn't be or a vehicle driving erratically.
So it's like having an extra set of eyes watching over the city.
You could say that, but with AI, it's more than just watching. It's about analyzing patterns, spotting things that might be out of place, helping law enforcement respond faster and more efficiently to potential incidents.
That makes sense. But what about privacy? All those cameras, it seems like Big Brother, you know?
Right, and that's an important point to emphasize. These systems are designed with privacy in mind. They're not about identifying individuals, they're about looking for patterns of behavior. The data they collect is used responsibly and ethically.
Okay, good. Important distinction.
Mm.
Singapore really seems to be leading the way in using AI in a way that's both innovative and responsible. Where else should we go on our virtual tour? What other cities are out there pushing the boundaries of smart city development?
Let's hop over to Europe. Amsterdam is doing some fascinating work with AI.
Amsterdam.
Yeah, particularly when it comes to those iconic canals.
Amsterdam. The city of canals, bicycles, and, wait, AI-powered water management? Now I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
As beautiful as those canals are, they also present some unique challenges.
Like keeping them clean.
Right. Waste management, water quality, it's a constant effort. So they've implemented something they call the Smart Canal System.
Catchy name.
It uses a network of sensors and AI-powered boats to monitor water levels, track waste buildup, and even predict potential blockages.
It's like having a fleet of little robot guardians, keeping the canals clean and flowing smoothly.
I love that image. But it goes beyond just keeping things tidy. This system is helping them protect the environment, preserve those beautiful waterways that are so integral to Amsterdam's identity.
Yeah, they wouldn't be Amsterdam without the canals. It's a great example of how smart city solutions can be customized to a city's specific needs.
Absolutely. Every city has its own unique challenges. What works in Singapore might not work in Amsterdam and vice versa.
So one size doesn't fit all.
Not at all. Okay, ready for another stop on our tour?
Absolutely. Lead the way.
Let's head back across the Atlantic to the United States this time. New York City is using AI to tackle some of its biggest problems, like traffic congestion and public safety, especially in their subway system.
New York City, the city that never sleeps and apparently never stops innovating. Traffic in New York is a nightmare, though I can't even imagine.
Oh, it's infamous. It's a massive problem in a city as densely packed as New York. So they've been implementing AI-powered systems to try and get things moving a little bit smoother. One example is their dynamic traffic light system.
Dynamic.
Yeah, it adjusts the timing of the lights in real time based on how much traffic there is.
So it's like Singapore's virtual Singapore, but for New York City's crazy streets.
Similar concept. But they're also experimenting with some new approaches to parking management.
Oh, parking in New York, that's another nightmare.
Tell me about it. They've put sensors in parking garages and even on-street parking spots. These sensors can tell when a spot is open or occupied, and then they use that data to guide drivers directly to available parking.
No more circling the block for an hour. That's amazing.
Right. It eliminates so much frustration and wasted time, not to mention all the emissions from cars just driving around aimlessly. And on the public safety front, they've deployed AI-powered cameras in the subway.
The subway.
Yeah, these cameras can detect things like unattended bags or people jumping over turnstiles. It's about preventing crime and keeping riders safe.
So they're using AI to keep the city running smoothly, efficiently, and safely. It's amazing to see how these technologies are being applied in different ways all over the world.
Absolutely. And these are just a few examples. I mean, countless other cities are exploring the potential of AI.
I bet.
Barcelona has their smart streetlights, Tokyo has its advanced disaster preparedness systems, and Dubai has this ambitious plan for a completely integrated smart city ecosystem. Each city is finding its own way to use these technologies to address its own unique challenges.
It really does feel like a global movement towards a smarter, more sustainable, more efficient urban future.
It is, and it's gaining momentum quickly. AI technology is advancing at an incredible pace.
I can only imagine what cities will be like in 10, 20 years.
It's exciting to think about. We can expect to see even more innovative and transformative applications emerge, shaping the future of our cities in ways we can only begin to imagine.
It feels like we're on the edge of a true urban revolution, one powered by AI and a vision of a more connected, efficient, and human-centered urban experience.
I couldn't agree more. And it's not just about the technology itself. It's about the people behind it, the city planners, the engineers, the data scientists, the policymakers.
The people making it all happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
And most importantly, the citizens who are embracing these technologies and helping shape the future of their cities. It's a collaborative effort, a fusion of human ingenuity and technological innovation.
I like that, a fusion of human ingenuity and technological innovation. Speaking of innovation, we've talked about what smart cities look like now, but what about the future? What's on the horizon? What new technologies are going to blow our minds in 5–10 years?
That's a great question. I think it's time we shift our focus to the future, to the next wave of technological advancements. There are some truly mind-blowing possibilities out there. Get ready for a glimpse into a world where technology seamlessly integrates with our urban environments, creating a future that's both exciting and full of potential.
Okay, I'm ready to have my mind blown.
Yeah.
We've seen how AI is changing cities now, but what about the future? What's next? What's going to make our jaws drop 5–10 years from now?
Well, get ready because some of these emerging technologies sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, but they're actually closer to reality than you might think.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
Let's start with urban drones.
Drones.
Yeah, drones. They're becoming incredibly sophisticated.
So we're talking those little flying things buzzing around skyscrapers?
Not exactly. Think autonomous drones, advanced sensors, navigation systems, the ability to operate safely in a complex urban environment. Their potential in cities is just starting to be explored.
Okay, I'm listening. What kind of potential are we talking about?
Imagine a system where delivery drones transport packages all over the city.
So no more delivery trucks clogging up the streets.
Exactly. Faster deliveries, less congestion, fewer emissions.
That makes sense. But wouldn't it be kind of chaotic having all these drones zipping around?
Not at all. These drones are designed to operate safely and efficiently in a crowded airspace.
Okay. So package delivery, that's one thing. What else?
Well, think about infrastructure inspection.
Inspection.
Yeah, drones can inspect things like bridges, power lines, even skyscrapers.
Instead of sending people out there.
Exactly. It's much safer and more efficient.
Wow, that's a game changer. Any other tasks these drones could handle?
What about emergency response?
Emergencies.
Imagine drones delivering medical supplies to accident scenes or providing aerial surveillance during a natural disaster, giving first responders a real-time view of what's happening.
So they could actually save lives.
Potentially, yes. As drone technology continues to evolve and as regulations adapt, we can expect to see even more creative and impactful applications emerge.
I'm starting to see why you said they sound like something out of a sci-fi movie.
It's pretty incredible. But drones are just one piece of the puzzle. Another area that's really exciting is the development of digital twins.
Digital twins. Okay, now you're really losing me.
Remember when we talked about Singapore's virtual Singapore?
Yeah.
That's a type of digital twin, but the concept has applications far beyond just traffic management.
So remind me, what is a digital twin again?
It's like creating a virtual copy of something in the real world. In this case, a city or parts of a city.
A virtual city.
Exactly. But it's not just a static model. It's dynamic, interactive. It uses real-time data from sensors, cameras, all sorts of sources to create a living, breathing simulation of the city.
A simulation?
Mhm.
Okay, what would you use that for?
Well, think about it. You could use it to test different scenarios, see how things might play out.
Like what kind of scenarios?
You could see what impact a new transportation route might have on traffic flow. You could model the effects of climate change on a particular neighborhood. You could even experiment with different urban design concepts before you actually build anything in the real world.
So it's like a giant virtual sandbox where you can play around with different ideas without any real-world consequences.
That's a good way to put it. And as these digital twin models become more sophisticated, they'll become even more powerful tools for urban planning.
It sounds almost too good to be true. I mean, all of this technology, it's incredibly exciting, but are there any downsides? Any risks we should be aware of?
You're right to ask that question. With any powerful tool, it's important to proceed with both enthusiasm and a healthy dose of caution. One challenge we need to consider is the potential for job displacement.
Job displacement.
As AI and automation become more sophisticated, some jobs that are currently done by humans could be automated.
So we need to make sure we're not creating a city that's great for robots, but leaves people behind.
Exactly. It's about finding ways for humans and technology to work together, complement each other. It's about investing in education and training programs to prepare people for the jobs of the future, jobs that require creativity, critical thinking, problem-solving skills, the things AI can't do.
It's about using technology to empower people, not replace them.
Precisely. Another important consideration is the potential for bias in AI algorithms.
Yes.
Yeah. If the data that's used to train those algorithms is biased, then the decisions and recommendations that AI makes can also be biased.
So we need to make sure the data is good, otherwise the results won't be good.
That's it. We need to ensure that the data used to train AI systems is diverse, representative, and free from harmful biases. It's not just about the technology itself, it's about how we develop and use it ethically and responsibly. Smart city solutions need to be designed to benefit everyone, and we need to have safeguards in place to mitigate potential risks.
Well, this has been a fascinating journey. We've gone from talking about traffic lights and garbage bins to drones and virtual cities. It's clear that building a truly smart city requires more than just fancy technology.
Absolutely. It takes thoughtful planning, a commitment to inclusivity, and a deep understanding of how technology and society interact.
It's been an incredible conversation. Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us.
My pleasure.
And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on this exploration of AI and the future of smart cities. It's a topic that's going to continue to evolve, so stay curious and keep exploring. Until next time.